Auntie wrote in her little note, I know you think I'm evil. You are evil. You're the worst kind of evil, Auntie. I know you watch my videos and I don't care. Understand? You're the worst kind of evil. You're the kind of evil that thinks that it's doing nothing wrong. I should have just... My friends, people around here, whatever, can see right through you. The only reason my mom turned on me is because I called 911. So in retrospect, what I'm learning from this existence, since everybody knows, I came out here and cried to you, I cried to her primary care physician, I cried to my lawyer, etc., etc. So everybody knows how hard I was trying to help my mother, okay? And I wasn't doing anything to her. Nothing. She turned on me in the end, and just like she said in the regular, I should have just let her sit here and get sicker and sicker in retrospect, right? Because I'm being treated like I'm scum. She thinks she's being good, not throwing me out. She spouts off bullshit. I'm still trying to preserve. It's bullshit. Bullshit. That's not me being mean, especially since I've had people saying to me, 100%. Remember, I had people saying 100%, especially had Auntie herself saying it a couple months ago, she belongs in a nursing home. I was doing everything in my power to prevent that. And the end result is this. She had even said, just so you know, I have text, she had said she was not going to take my mom's TV. I gave back the $15,000. She had said she was not going to take my mom's TV, and now that note, she's acting like my mom's poor. It's sick, people. She had said she wasn't going to take my mom's TV, and in that note, she says she is going to take the TV. Acting like my mom is poor. Spouting off bullshit. I'm still trying to oh God, what does she think? That we can get away with this indefinitely? This is a senior park, people. I'm not supposed to be here. And one of the women was, saying because I was crying to her all the time about my mom, what we're going to do and how she's behaving, etc. She's one of them that is adamant. And she is my friend. She's the only person that I would, she's gonna fucking know. I'm not saying she would know right away. It's all bullshit. Auntie's just full of shit. She set me up to take the fall. She wasn't involved at all. My mom did not turn on me because I was treating her badly. I was not treating her badly, and I know that, okay? She turned on me just like she said, I was a living, breathing being. You took my life from me because she found herself going back to the mental hospital. That was the only reason she turned on me. I should have just abandoned my mom a long time ago. Believe me. You think I wouldn't have abandoned her if I could have seen the future? I know you guys know if I could have seen the future, because I had talked to her before about leaving, and I had texts from Auntie, you're going to leave your mom when she needs you. I have old texts from Auntie, you're a godsend to your mom and to me. because I made it so she wouldn't have to do things, whatever, and she could concentrate on that guy I told you that she befriended after his wife died, and she looked so good and so wonderful, but she sure as fuck got something out of it in the end, didn't she? And so did her family. And I get treated like I'm scum. I'm not supposed to even be living here, you understand? And the woman who is my friend, you know, who I befriended, is one of the ones adamant about you can't live there when your mom's not there. You think she's not going to know? What's probably going to happen is somebody's going to figure it out, and the goddamn park will probably go through the process of evicting me. But no one could just throw me out, because I found that out before, when Auntie had turned these people against me, and they were trying to scare me. If you're not out in 3 days, I'm going to call the police. And then I called the police, or someone called them for me, I forget. And they said, no, we don't do that. We do not come and forcibly remove anybody. No matter who it is, they have to go through the courts. You understand that Auntie's disrespecting the laws of this park. They're nice enough to let people stay here, few and far between, who have a doctor's note to take care of their, a parent who needs a caretaker or whatnot. Auntie's completely disrespecting all of it. She just thinks she's God, people. So. Says there's no reason for them to find out, yeah. Are going to find out eventually. Like she had said before, if you don't open your big mouth, she doesn't understand. This is a situation where I do have, it's not like I have tons of friends, and I have people that probably wouldn't think they're not involved at all. They're gonna know. She's evil. She's the worst kind. What she's doing to me is sick. Remember, I did everything by the book, and what that means is when my mom first got discharged too soon, yet again, I had told Auntie that I was not going to call 911 on my mom. And then she wrote, well, that's not a good idea, if the elder services will be called, if they perceive if family's not worried about her being well or whatnot. But what I meant by that as I was completely just disgusted with that whole industry. It didn't mean it was going to be, if it was a situation where, you know, I felt like she was a danger to self or others. I'm just saying, you used to believe in the system, you get her help she needs, and she actually gets help. She hasn't been helped in these hospitals at all. That's why I tried to get her away from that her therapist, and who Selena calls Nurse Ratchet. I could see how my mom was behaving, but I also was hands-on. She had an appointment with her primary care physician I'd never met, 4 days, 4 days after. And we set up this whole new thing, got her into an emergency thing. The stupid receptionist there fucked up, so that got a little postponed. But, you know what I mean, got postponed going there. That was not my fault either. I was calling constantly. I had no idea where she was sent. And I was calling the primary care physician's office constantly. No one was getting back to me. Finally, I threatened, so they all fucked up. It was postponed like by a week because the woman had the wrong digit on she was just dialing the wrong number. I had given the right number. She was dialing the wrong number. And never sent any letter she had said she'd send either, so she's full of shit. Selena had told me I should report her. You see, it'd be one thing if I could be saying, I wasn't doing anything to help my mom and this, that, or whatever, and I was yelling at her all the time, and now I got caught. This is bullshit. It's not even remotely the truth. I was doing everything for my mom, and I was just walking on eggshells, giving her space, nothing. You know what I mean? Still keeping the house spotless, still cooking all her meals. And when I said to Auntie, I didn't say that to be mean. I said it based on other behavior. If my mom can't find something that's literally right in front of her where she put it, okay? It's one thing to just lose something. Like you lose something, but she would lose things that were right in front of her face, and yes, that is fucking scary, okay? For example, I gave her money, okay? And then she didn't, this is when we went to visit her friend in the nursing home. I'd given it to her because she insisted on holding on to it instead of letting me hold on to it, okay? Then she said it was missing. People, that's an indication. It wasn't missing. She has a purse. She has a little change purse thing, okay? The change purse thing had 2 compartments. I found the money instantly that she said was missing, that she'd lost, just in another compartment of the change purse, okay? That's an indication of, you know what I mean? Or not being able to see something, it's not that she couldn't, lost the leash and it's, nowhere to be found and I have to search for it. It was right there on the bureau under the it was right there in plain sight. You know what I mean? So yes, that's scary shit. That's why it's not that she was cooking and leaving the stove on. I could say to Auntie, I hope I said it when she had offered that deal or whatever, you better hope she doesn't burn your house down or something. It's not that she was cooking and leaving the stove on, and I would say that. It's that the things she was doing are indicative of that it could carry over to something like the stove. Does that make sense? This wasn't a typical, I just lost something and can't find it, because we all do that. This was, I lost something, can't find it, and it's right in front of my face in plain sight. She used to lose her phone all the time. And she would, if she was in the middle of a breakdown, as you guys know, she would scream at the top of her lungs for me to find her phone or whatnot, okay? And a lot of times I would just have her, you gotta look for it, Mom. Sometimes she'd want me to call. I was trying to have her, but See, those are all indicative that it could carry over to her. It only takes once, you know. So I'm not saying we can all make mistakes. I'm saying the things that I saw is what caused me to warn Auntie, you know, like, something like, you're not, I read it to you, you're not worried she's going to burn your house down, you know. It is so scummy what they're doing to me, or what Auntie's doing to me. So scummy, it's evil. She's the worst kind of evil. She's the kind of thinks she's good. That's why she wrote in the letter, I know you call me evil, you are. Because I know, the people around me know, and certain professionals know, and my lawyer knows, how I was killing myself trying to figure out some way to help my mother. And when she wanted me to leave, I was going to leave. And I justifiably felt, I was already packed, and then she changed her mind on her own. I was still trying to find a way that so she would not wind up a ward of the state, because I didn't believe she'd be able to live alone for very long, and before that and then that would be it. I was supposed to become her guardian. But I 100% believed if I had tried to become her guardian, I know that she would have fought it, just like, she can get an attorney and fight it. But look how sly Auntie was. My mom's most vulnerable, hating me simply because she wasn't right from the moment she got discharged, people. So there's no way in hell that I, caused her to break down. She wasn't right from the beginning. That's why we tried to come up with a plan. That's why I tried to keep her away from. I felt if she went back to, I really feel like, I just cared too much, and it bit me in the fucking ass in the end, didn't it? Because I feared if she's been in these back-to-back, I feared if she went back to therapist and Nurse Ratchet, they don't care. They would call 911. To them, it's that they believe in that's their whole life. You know what I mean? That's their. They would have. I really believe that. Really do, and that is why the primary care physician was working with the emergency psychiatrist, a real psychiatrist, not the little Nurse Ratchet. That we're not gonna. But my mom wasn't right from day one. And obviously Auntie knows that, because otherwise she wouldn't have called the hospital and said, if that's the best you can do for my sister, transfer her elsewhere. No. Auntie sits there and writes her bullshit. It was a difficult decision for me to just, bullshit. You've been aching to get back that power. You were just waiting for the day that you probably I never thought would happen, when my mom would turn on me. Sick. I will never get over this. I was trying so hard to help my mother. I went above and beyond, you understand? I didn't have to, people. You understand? Wasn't my fault the hospital discharged my mom too soon, was it? You won't disagree with that, right? I could have just let things go on, not even gone with her to see her primary care physician. She wasn't going to think anything of going back to we came up with that, but she was agreeable to it, because the ultimate goal was to get her back to her psychiatrist she had loved for years and years and years before she moved here. In 7 or 8 or something, I forget when she moved here, but you know what I mean? I'm sitting here killing myself, only so that my mom can turn on me in the end, I'm not appreciated. I honestly do believe, I can say that she wouldn't even be breathing right now were it not for me. And I'm talking about that lithium toxicity thing. She's terrified of hospitals. She probably wouldn't have got there in time. She was extremely toxic. And I had no idea. Remember, she was almost twice the level that was supposed. That's why they said it was bad. You know, she could have gone into kidney failure and died. I'm being treated like total fucking shit, people. Being thrown crumbs. Sick. So you're watching this, Auntie, you keep telling yourself that you're a good person. Like you always tell me. You keep telling yourself that. You had stepped back and I was doing everything that I could. And when I said she was going to wind up a ward of the state, it would be out of my hands, you know? I certainly wasn't going to have that happen. You know, I wasn't going to make that happen. I was saying that's what I predict if she sits there and thinks she could live alone. Why did I even care, people? That's what Joe was saying to me, because he said this based on the fact that my mom would constantly call me from the mental hospital. You know? He said she's robbing you of your joy. You know, it's like you can't do anything about her being in there, and you know, and you're just worried all the time. And for what? For what, people? Why did I care at all? I got really drunk yesterday. Not around here. See? Nobody around here will ever be the wiser. Did I put myself in possible danger? I remember everything, so... But the answer to that, yeah, I did. Far, far away from here, so no one would be the wiser. But, yeah, I put myself in possible danger. I was all upset, and I didn't want to open the fucking letter. Even joking around with guys, I'll pay you $10 to open this letter. No one would do it. It's not like anyone knows who I am, you know. It's not like I showed a license, or, you know what I mean, or paid by credit card, nothing. Paid cash. Guys bought me drinks at the first bar. Second bar, they wouldn't. I'm grateful to the bartender, he wouldn't serve me. He did his job, which was good. And I'm never going back there again, see? Did I make a fool of myself at any point? Oh no. I do know that I don't generally do something like that. You understand? It's sparked by all of this shit. Just like when I was living with Dawn and Hope and whatever, and then Hope was like my only friend and ally, and when she turned on me for no reason, I couldn't handle it, and I wound up wandering around, and I was blacked out, not good. I definitely wasn't blacked out, but you know what I mean? When I'm in this emotional state, I should not be doing what I did yesterday. I won't be going back. So, I have no reason to go back there, see? I also gave back the money, remember that? The money that neither my sick mother nor her sister need, you know what I mean? I gave back the money when people was telling me not to. And they would have had to sue me for it. They probably wouldn't have got it all back. It says online in some instances you may get back some of the money you lost from a joint account. It's equal in the eyes of the law. You may be able to get back some. You know, it doesn't say all. And like he said down the street, yeah. And then if you know, I would have gone to another state, so you would have had to find me. I would have been out of the state. And then you demand it back, and like he said, you could just pay back a certain small amount every month or something. You know, I could have done that to them too. All these things I could have done that I didn't do. Could have just let my mom do whatever she wanted. Right? I said in the other video, if think Auntie's gonna make sure my mom drinks enough fluids. Of course she's not. My mom's getting exactly what she wanted. Like, there'll be no witness to anything because she's living alone. Even though her sister's there, her sister's not living with her, you understand? Her sister has her own life, her own job, her own whatever. I still can't imagine that she could have possibly got permanent guardianship. You know what I mean? And I say that just because life generally isn't like that. Generally, you know what I mean? I can't imagine that she got permanent. It's just like when the state was seeking the guardianship, they had to let me, my aunt, you know, my mom's siblings and my mom's children know about it, so we could fight it, you know, instead of contest it, blah, blah, whatever. So you're telling me that the same wouldn't apply regarding Auntie? I can't imagine it. I can't imagine that I don't know how this works. I mean, a family member seeks guardianship and the other family members don't have the opportunity to, you know, object. I didn't think that it worked that way. Maybe it does. I don't know. My friend down the street, he said the same thing. He's like, she must have got temporary, you know. Like, you could say, I want to fight this. I don't have any money, and they could assign you a free attorney. You know what I mean? I could stir up trouble if I wanted to. And possibly in the end, they wouldn't give it to Auntie either. But the government would take over, and my mom would wind up going to nursing home, you know, like she wanted to do to her a couple of years ago. My lawyer was saying he thought I'd make a good guardian for my mom. He said he was talking to his colleagues, like, you know, she loves her mom. I think she'd make a real good guardian for her mom. And if anybody was worried about the money thing, he's like, well, I could be the conservator. This was when we then, you know, have her go into assisted living. But when we were talking about that, and I said, well, my mom would probably fight it, you know. And I'm like, I'm not going to use my mom's money if she just fights the guardianship, which she has a right to do. Because she can object. But at that time, I mean, if family would have a right to object, we didn't even discuss that because I was telling the truth to my attorneys, you know. My mom's done. I mean, my mom's sister's done. She didn't even want to be healthcare proxy anymore. She wrote me and said blah, 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 you know. So nobody thought Auntie would object to anything. It was all my responsibility, all on my shoulders. She says in that letter, once she gets my mom's stuff out of here, she's never going to come here again. Not come. Good, don't. Take the fuck away, Auntie. You're the worst kind of evil, the kind that thinks it does nothing wrong. I won't be doing anything anymore. I won't be going up on myself. I won't be drinking. You already know I do not like to drink, like, just in the house, like, for, you know, a lot of people do. My college boyfriend enjoyed drinking just in his house. I'm not big on that. sees me around, they won't have a chance to even ask me anything. I have no reason to get the mail every day. You know what I mean? Not that I won't get the mail at all, but I can go days without getting the mail. Let it pile up. Do you have a vacation? I told you I don't need to go to the store. I can live off of what's here. Literally, I'm not making that up. I can keep the heat very, very low and bundle up. That's not anything my mom would ever have wanted to do, but she had no need to anyway, because she had plenty of money, so. Just like I'm not really big on air conditioning, but my mom loved having the air conditioner on. And she doesn't have to try to conserve money. She had money, you know. I told her she gets more than enough to live on. She had money in the bank, you know, good amount of money in the bank, and she had her 401k. I was like, why don't you use this, you know, get a job, yeah. If I ever had a chance in the past where I would be, you know, stable enough emotionally to work, what my aunt's done to me is completely, just completely, you know. I was putting everything on the back burner, my health, mental, physical, everything, all to try to help and save my mom, and in the end it amounted to this bullshit. Unreal. Even in California, the times that I put myself in danger, drinking-wise, were the times that I was just feeling so low, you know what I mean? Just so low. Just so bad about myself. Just not gonna do anything. Remember that golden rule? Didn't follow it either. To never let you know, the guy you don't know buy you a drink and bring it to you where he could slip something into it. Yep. Didn't follow that rule either. Just gotta drop off the key. Just like she dropped off the fucking ladder, she can make the key and drop it off. should not be allowed to do this to me. The universe should stop her. By the way, people, lest you kid yourself into thinking anything to the contrary. That $17,000 that I gave to Auntie is not going to be spent. You know what I mean? My mom gets more than enough to live on. And that $17,000 is not going to be touched. So I'm sure if it turns out that Auntie has to put my mom into a nursing facility or whatnot, and she suspected that that was going to happen, and you know the government takes everything. You know, they take the house and the 401k and whatnot, but I'm sure Auntie would find some way to spend that money. Or else it will just go to paying her to be my mom's conservator and guardian, you know what I mean? Like she told me when that other conservator, you know, they can pay themselves whatever they want. So don't kid yourself into thinking, you know, my aunt can fool the whole world and she's just doing this for the sake of making her sister well again. Yeah, whatever, Auntie, whatever. I'm glad I gave back the money, because you get to see how evil my aunt really is. Because if she wasn't, she would, you know, give me money to start a new life with me and Omar, and let me get out of here where I don't want to be. Plain and simple, people. Just want to reiterate, I'm not supposed to be here. It's a fucking senior park, okay? It'd be different if it wasn't, you know? It'd be different if it wasn't. But it is. I'm not supposed to be here. You know, you guys know damn well. To my family, to Auntie's family, to the outside world, it just looks like Auntie's just helping her sister, blah, blah, whatever. She's her conservator guardian. My mom has a shitload of money that she doesn't need, never going to spend, so Auntie's going to make damn sure she's paid really well to be my mom's conservator and guardian. And don't even kid yourself into thinking anything to the contrary, people. try to kid yourself into thinking anything contrary, then you were born yesterday. So, let's say you were born yesterday. Don't even kid yourself. And you told me yourself when that conservator, they can pay themselves whatever they want, she can do the same. Work the kind of evil convinces itself that it's doing good. I did not deserve this. Not after I've wanted to leave before. My mom has begged me not to leave her. I've wanted to leave before. And Auntie has basically guilted me. You're going to abandon your mom? My aunt can't throw me crumbs. My aunt, who was not even remotely poor. Yeah, I put myself in danger. Think I had fun? I didn't have fun. Definitely did not have fun. Think my mom is feeling any guilt at all? Doubt it. I can assure you one of the things my aunt's probably saying, I remember whatnot about my, twisted around. She thinks you belong in a nursing home or whatnot. Bullshit. She was trying to do everything else. Remember, only Auntie and my mom know the degree to which Auntie poisoned my mom against me. Let's get that perfectly straight here, people. I did not deserve this. I'm sure my mom is not feeling any fucking guilt at all. Said she's not really my mother anymore. This is sick on multiple levels. she's watching my videos, peeps. That's why in that letter it said, I'm going to take any checks in your mom's name, too. She knows. She's giddy. She is giddy with joy that I gave back that money. All about controlling her. Fucking me over while looking like a good person. Where people don't delve deeper. Lack the ability to delve deeper. We're only able to see the surface of things. people the money that I gave back. My mom's not going to see it. She's not going to need it for anything. You know what I mean? She's not going to spend it. Just want to make that perfectly clear. You can have my mom pay whatever amount of rent she wants. Get it, people? Alright. Who knows, maybe someday I will write a book and I will take no prisoners. I know things about Auntie and her family that I'm positive she would not want the world to know. No prisoners, people. Nothing less than sick a man is doing, and she thinks she's doing to me. She thinks she's doing nothing wrong. Wonder what I'm doing. I'm hoping I throw up and I'll edit it out of the video.